After the killing of my
Good evening, everyone. This is a very late broadcast. Sorry, I've been extremely busy these days. Um, had a birthday celebration that was unavoidable, so I need to wiggle myself out because this is one video I have been postponing for so long. You get to a point when in content creating, if you don't create them as they come in when everyone is talking about an issue, then it becomes obsolete. And I had to do this uh, amidst my tight schedule. So, good evening, everyone. It's been a long time now that some of you have missed my face. Some of you that didn't like my face probably were happy that I no longer showed up. I think it's about a week now after the whole stress of Enugu International Airport. And, uh, and here we are. And this evening, I want to talk about the death of Ghana. You know, um, the guy who was accused of terror in Benue State and who was persuaded by the government of Benue State to lay down his arm and take amnesty. And he agreed to lay down his arm and take amnesty. Sadly, on his way to taking that amnesty, he was killed. Now, let me put the following disclaimers. I do not for one second condone violence, and I do not for one second condone cultism, and I do not for one second condone criminality. But there is one thing that is, slightly disturbing, and I must, many of you that have followed me enough know what I do is I deal with facts. I know that there might be so much conspiracy theories, but I try as much as possible not to get into conspiracy theories as long as I do not have data to back them up, right? But this evening, I would show to us with clear evidence who Ghana was, why he did what he did, and with evidence who I think were behind his killing. Some of us may have heard where the military said, the military were showing, give press conference how they killed him. But I think there is more to that than the killing that you and I saw the body. I wouldn't display his body because there is obviously no reason to. And besides, if I do, the video will be flagged by YouTube. And if the video is flagged by YouTube, then it's of no use. Now, one thing that bothers me is, when some of us say that Nigeria is not working, Nigeria probably has not worked, and Nigeria is very unlikely to work. But one thing that bothers me is how come a government that is willing to accept men that have gone into schools, taking our children, our girls, our daughters, taking them to the bushes, and done immoral things to them. How come a people that have planted bomb, killed thousands of people, when they run out of food, they come out and say, okay, we lay down our arms, we want to accept amnesty, we sew uniform, we give them scholarship, they go abroad. How, what manner of a system is that that, you know, reward criminality because these criminals are from a section of the country? Send them abroad for them to learn. Allegedly, there were some, again, emphasis here, it's allegedly that some were brought into the military, but the military has come out to deny that. But again, it's just because the uselessness of the system makes it that whenever something like that happens and they deny it, you kind of tell yourself, okay, bite it. I don't believe what they are saying. My issue here is not that I support Gana in what he did. My issue is, why not grant him and treat him the same way you have been treated? I mean, be consistent. This is a government that's been accused of being inconsistent in treatment of people or certain people, but here they done. Now, who is actually this Ghana? Before we mix things up, as of 2016, Ghana was a persona non grata to the people of Benue State. At least the governor of Benue State had this much to say. Now listen, let me analyze this.
A senior special assistant on special security. Ghana found his way as usual and saw me in government house here and denied that he was not involved. He knew nothing about the killing of the Ghana. And I advised him that, well, I also heard from the tax collector and the...
So now this is in our context here. Ghana was accused of killing a commissioner in Benue. This commissioner to Autumn, right? Ghana was accused of killing a commissioner in Benue. That was when Autumn was in the APC, right? So suddenly, a man that was wanted found himself in the government house of Benue State. That's what it means. That's what the governor is saying here. Let's continue.
So, since you're coming from the criminal world, if you're not responsible, it's possible that you knew some people who might have masterminded this. So to exonerate yourself, first of all, is to try and identify those people.
A brilliant task to do.
You'll be vindicated. But where you're not able to do it, definitely police are going to come into this matter. Once they invite you, go to the police. Don't attempt to run away. If you run away...
Bear in mind, this interview, you see, that's what I keep saying to us. If we do away with, emotions and stay with facts, we'll find hidden things that will make your stomach, really, your temperature rise as it concerns Nigeria. This interview was granted which day? On the 16th of August 2016. 16th of August 2016 is on Channels TV. Go back and you can find it. Now you can see that when they started this conversation of amnesty deal, this amnesty deal didn't just happen today. 2016, 16th of August, last month was August, so that's basically 4 years that this amnesty deal that's been just quashed. That's when it started.
The assumption will be that you are responsible. Because the Bible says the thief runneth when no man pursueth. But the righteous is as bold as a lion. And so if you have not committed any crime, you have no cause to fear the police. My government believes in the rule of law and due process. If they invite you, go there and exonerate yourself. And the worst that will happen is police will arraign you in court. So you have the opportunity of defending yourself. You can get your lawyers to go over there and defend you. And unfortunately, he left here when police invited him. He called me again. That look, police have invited him. And I said, look, that is what I told you before. Go to the police. There is not going to be any extrajudicial killing in my government. I believe.
You see, in 2016, this governor was making promises that there was not going to be extrajudicial killing. How prophetic. The same thing that he promised him that he will protect him. Sadly,
the rule of
4
law
years
and due
later,
process. My commissioner of police know this. We can work together. If there's, and I will not allow anyone to do anything harmful to you.
Sadly, he couldn't, at the end of the day, protect the same man he has begged to come. Now, there is a pointer here, and I want us to pay attention. This man, Gana, was begged to come out of the trenches. He agreed to come out of the trenches. A local government chairman with a government vehicle with government seal was with him in that vehicle. A local government chairman elected was with him in that vehicle. According to the governor, the army knew that this is happening and these people are coming to accept amnesty. It's not like it was a covert operation that nobody knew. It was a planned operation. They knew that they were coming. Okay, so sometimes that's why honestly, you can't sometimes but hate the injustices in Nigeria. A nation that will look at young men who are hungry, young men who are angry that things are not working out in Nigeria for them. Young men who said, okay, we are fed up of Nigeria. Just give us a date for a referendum to ask. Do you know what it means? Let me break this down for us. Asking for a referendum is very simple. Saying, give us a date. We will come out. Ask us if we want to be part of this. We haven't decided though. Then we will decide if yes, how. If no, how. What do? You get the army. You tell them, get ready, shoot, boom, on unarmed civilians. It happens in this nation. It happened when Nnamdi Kanu was in prison. These people gathered in Aba to pray because I think about a week's time was when he was supposed to be arraigned. In their mindset, whether you believe in prayers, whether you believe in it or not, in their mindset, they were believing that praying would affect the judgment of Justice Tojo Show, I think at that time. And you went in there and opened fire. This is the same mindset that will make you a people called the Shiite on a peaceful procession in Zaria. You come in there because the chief of army staff came in. I mean, when you have procession, of course, everybody will slow down. Who is chief of army staff for Christ's sake? But he came in, we saw the videos, he came down, spoke with them, he moved on. And suddenly what happened when he left the scene? You went and reinforced and came and massacred over 300 people according to Commission of Inquiry by the Kaduna State Government. Has any single person been held accountable since that incident in 2016, 4 years later? Not a single person. All the massacre in Aba, has any single person been held accountable for this? No. The one in Kaduna? No. Yet, a particular set of people would overrun a community, take their land, harvest their crops with AK-47, an automatic weapon that is illegal internationally in your country. You do nothing. And here you are, sometimes you begin to, honestly, sometimes I get sick. But just thinking about it, why don't you apply the same rule? Imagine for one second, during the time of Yaradua, he called Tombolo and co, who were busy blowing pipeline for their agitation and said, okay, come to Abuja, let's talk. Imagine for 1 second, as Tombolo was flown from Omawa that is the Port Harcourt International Airport, to Abuja. He came out of the Abuja airport on what's it called, on the Lugbe Road, trying to get into the town. On one of the military checkpoints, they stop him, shot him. Imagine for 1 second, how would that feel? Do you think you would have had the peace you have in the Niger Delta today if you had killed Tombolo? I think it's Tom Atake, who is now a chief, a communal king in his community. Atake Tom and co. Imagine for 1 second. You have a people rampaging everywhere. You have a people taking possession of things, of people's farmland, of people's livelihood, and you do nothing about them. Again, I re-emphasize, I do not for 1 second condone the evils, because did Gana commit evil? Yes, he committed evil. He committed crime. But what is the concept of amnesty? Concept of amnesty is, okay, I have renounced my evil. It's just like in the Christendom saying, I'm born again. Yes, I knew I did this thing before, but now I'm a new creature. I'm born again. I want to do the right thing. I want you to put me right. That is the same concept that made you Boko Harams that have killed hundreds of Nigerian army, taking our ammunition, taking our girls, declared today Nigeria is classified as, I think after Afghanistan, is the second in terror index. Before we are number 4. Now we are coming up. We are doing fantastically well. We are doing well. We are coming up. We are getting to the next level. The next level, if care is not taken, if this madness continues, by next year we will overtake Afghanistan. We'll be number 1. I will be champion. The whole world. A country of terror. A country of terror. I didn't stop there. Now, this is the genesis, because I want to, I won't take much time today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let me play us another video to show the evil of what this nation does. By the way, if you like this topic, if you like the analysis, please do one thing, because YouTube algorithm likes it so that others can see. Just give us a thumbs up, like the video, just like the video, algorithm, then that's is going to be fine. So let me play us a second video, and I will get to who are actually behind, the real people behind it, the killing.
To receive.
No, not this one. Sorry.
We had sets.
Okay, so you will see. Now, here is where the governor. Oh, thank you very much. Like the video. 11 likes. Have 62 people, 63 people watching. So 15. Yeah, thank you. So in this video here, you will see where the governor was actually accusing Gana. Again, I said he's not a saint. You see where the governor is accusing him of being behind some of the killings in Benue State.
The importance of human life is determined by individual perception, which is usually subject to values, beliefs, and culture. So what happens when values are disregarded and beliefs and culture promotes violence? The result, unfortunately, can be found in Benue State, where wanton attacks on communities have left hundreds dead, properties destroyed, people displaced. And for what? Land, money, power? The answer is what has been given the state governor, Samuel Otom, sleepless nights, canvassing for peaceful solutions everywhere he goes. Solutions to issues that should not have become problems. On the one hand, in Buruku local government area, 6 people were killed by men suspected to be Fulani herdsmen. Here, the governor sues for the violence to cease.
Now I'm even expecting the security agencies to have arrested those who killed these people. I'm here personally to find out, and I've already confirmed, none of the herdsmen are killed or were attacked. It was my people that were attacked. So this is not allowed.
That call was yet to...
So you can see the governor is there saying that it was his people that was attacked, not the headsmen. But the question is, who was behind it?
The importance of human life
Sorry,
is that
who
half
was
a dozen
behind it?
lives were cruelly ended. As if dealing with farmers and herdsmen is not enough, Gana feels the attackers are.
Our suspicion is clear that this is from Ghana. This act is perpetuated by Gana and his group, who constituted himself.
You see what, again, see what the governor, again, this was in 2016. He was, again, he doesn't have facts, but he said he was suspecting Ghana, that Ghana was the one behind this killing. Listen again, listen again. I mean, this is the governor. So the reason why I say I give content analysis, I want to take us sequentially because I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. You'll be surprised. Forget all these things you're seeing now. You'll be surprised who the real people behind both these attacks and the killing. Sequentially, we'll get there. Just give me 10 minutes or thereabout. You'll get there.
And his group, who constituted himself into a terror group and has been terrorizing the people. This is not the first time. He has been killing, killed civilian JTF, killed vigilante group, killed traditional rulers, killed his uncles, and has been killing all over the place.
In consoling families of those killed, there are still those who have been driven from their homes.
Okay, now, according to the governor, he has been killing. He has killed his uncle. The same Ghana, Ghana is not a saint. Do not make that mistake to think he's a saint. But there is one principle I want us to understand. It's just like plea bargain. That somebody took plea bargain does not mean that person is not a thief. You a thief. You a thief. You are nothing but a common criminal. You a criminal. You a thief. You stole. But you plea bargain means you accept, rather than to waste the court time, you accept that you a thief. Now you want to remedy some stuff, right? Okay. So that's done. Let's now watch
After
this.
the killing of my senior special assistant on special security.
So this one.
To receive, we had set 1 p.m. to receive
1 p.m. is
all
when
the repentant.
I want us to pay attention here. They've set time, and this is, I'm getting close to the main meat of the matter now, and I'll wrap it up. They've set out a time when they will meet, and they asked Gana and his men to come with their ammunitions, everything, all their tools, lay them down, bring them to the government house. We will have a deal. That was the deal here. Okay, listen to that.
Criminals in Logo, Ogun, and Sankara. And at a point, from Kwande Aziz, when they heard that today they are coming, they opted that they too, they are tired of these their old ways of criminality.
Okay, that they are tired of their old ways of criminality. Tell me, the criminals in Benue are tired of their old ways of criminality. Isn't it the same thing when in Bono, Castina, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, when the bandits, the terrorists, the headsmen, when they come out and say, we are tired of our criminality, we no longer want to do cattle rustling, we no longer want to blow up churches, mosques, we no longer want to kidnap children, we no longer want to invade churches, we no longer want to take farmland. Isn't that the same? I want us to understand context here.
And they are willing to surrender and accept amnesty. And we quickly oblige them, because all that we want is peace for our people.
And they are talking about 172 people. 172.
And, we all waited here. And at about 4 p.m., we heard that some soldiers, why the Okum, Logo, and Kasnala took off from Kasnala to come to Makodi to present themselves with all the arms that were collected from these 3 local governments. They were apprehended at a roadblock in Masije, in Boku local government, near Yande roundabout.
Okay, they've mopped up this arm. If you go back again, if we recall, we will see the Niger Delta militant when they were handing over, they were assorted gun, automatic weapons, machine guns, what's it called, rocket propelled, whatever, all manner of weapons were submitted. None of them lost their lives. This one, the Boko Harams that we see surrendering are those that have been overrun by the superior power of the army.
Gana, who was also coming alongside with the chairman of the local government, was apprehended and taken away, including
the chairman of the local government.
And several others, repented criminals, were also taken away from their vehicles. It was a bit of confusion because the security agencies are aware of what we're doing here.
You see, why wouldn't he be confused? He is a sitting governor. That's what, you see, oh dear. Sometimes I think it's pure madness. Many of us has been crying, let us, devolution of power. A state governor like him is the chief security officer of the state, and he has no powers. That's why an amnesty program designed by the state, agreed with the criminals, implemented by the state, will be thwarted by the army. How? If he was in charge of his state, his own security will go on, but he doesn't have any security. He will still depend on the federal government security. And the federal government, we know those controlling the federal government. We know those controlling the security. They will still decide who they will kill and who they will let be. That's why you can see it now. You know, he said it. He just said it now. And these people just lost their lives. 172 of them were arrested. But why did they shoot Gana?
Criminals were also taken away from their vehicles. It was a bit of confusion because the security agencies are aware of what we're doing here. It's not a hidden thing.
It was a planned process.
And so we're really taken aback. But we try to reach out to the commanders of the soldiers. And eventually, I was able to get General Yekini, who is the commander of Operation White Stroke, who confirmed to me that they are into an operation, and he will brief me later. And I'm waiting for that briefing. They confirmed that they were responsible. So I want to believe and trust that these people, since they willingly gave themselves to be granted amnesty, I'm aware that even in the military, when people come up and surrender during wartime, they are protected by the law. I want to believe that all those people who were apprehended and arrested.
Question is, he said it even in war crimes. As long as someone says, I surrender. Even in the Christendom, you say, I surrender, or I surrender. Or you surrender. Whether you surrender to Jesus, you surrender to Ahmadi, or you surrender to the army. Surrender is surrender. But why suddenly a surrender by this guy became something else. What is the Nigerian government hiding from us? I would expose that thing they are hiding from us this night. What are they hiding? Why would the Nigerian government kill a man that has laid down his arms, took all the arms, put them in the boot of a car, heading to Makurdi to go and do the final ceremony in order to hand these arms over? Why would the Nigerian government kill such a person? Granted, he has killed many. Now, there is another angle to that, which, again, some people have argued that it is a conspiracy theory. But I will still mention it. There is another angle to that, that he actually became a criminal by the virtue of the fact that his land, that is the land of his people, were being invaded. I mean, already a criminal, his people beckoned on him to use his own criminality to match the criminality of the invaders, those that invaded to take their lands, those that invaded to take their properties and their farms. Are we following? Are we getting there? Now, let's get this. We are almost there. Let's once more watch this. Then I will now bring the mother of all.
With what took place. As a government, we are waiting for more clarification on the ugly incident of what really took place. And we will continue to dialogue with security agencies, especially the military. But we are not going to be confrontational. We are going to
with the military. You must be kidding.
Find out the truth. It is the
Listen, there is no truth. You can't find any truth. I will tell you the
this
truth.
meeting,
whether you take it is up to you.
State Security Council meeting,
my own, I go to sleep.
That the repented youths who were arrested by the military should be released so that they will continue from where they were coming to receive their amnesty and they were arrested. The other thing is all items that were confiscated. We are also appealing to the military to return them. Some of those vehicles were hired, some of them are official vehicles to our government officials, and some other things were documents. So we appeal that all this be.
So doesn't this show us that the structure of this nation does not work? The system of this nation does not work. What an operation gazetted by a state, an operation, a program budgeted with state money, the people of Benue, their money, their monthly allocation, their taxes, state law says, we have agreed this amnesty. Lay down your arms. We will protect you. On the way to go and shake hand, the individuals were killed. Doesn't that tell you that the system is messed up? Doesn't that tell you that there is no equity? There is no equity. There is, the way you treat A is not the way you are treating B. Now, to the final question and the concluding part of this broadcast this evening is, who are those that killed Gana and why? I won't mention their names. Gana himself will mention the names of those who killed him. In that, he will mention the names of those who killed him. He will mention the names of those who actually told him to do what he's doing. That was an interview he granted with Channels TV. Again, sometimes,
Nigeria, about 3.
Okay, listen. Pay utmost attention here. Actually, I'll make it bigger, maybe. Pay utmost attention here. Let me bring it down here. Pay utmost attention here. Okay, Gana. Now, Maz says, okay, he's asking you. Tell us, I know you're dead, but tell us now, what happened?
That they want to, they have about 4 states that they want to collect they
want to capture you.
They want to capture.
Yeah. You see, he said, this is him here. This was before, I showed us a clip in 2016 when he was still negotiating with this government, Autumn's government of amnesty. Channels, after he was accused of killing that commissioner, Channels had this interview. In his own mouth, he said they want to capture 4 states. And I will let him say these 4 states, then we'll get to the meat. 4 states. Why would you want to capture 4 states and for what? Please, Oga, tell us the states.
It being Plateau, Taraba.
You see? Plateau, Taraba. Oga, go on.
Benue and Nasarawa. But those malam that I was doing something.
Wait. Not too fast, sir. Now think for a moment. What does Plateau, Taraba, Benue, and Nasarawa have in common? These are middle belts. Southern Kaduna is part of middle belt. Are you beginning to see why there is too much crisis in this axis? Middle belt, predominantly Christians. Plateau is the Europe of Nigeria. Very cold, winter. That's why you had, British lecturers who settled there and lived there for ages because it's like they are in Europe. Taraba State has one of the best terrain in the whole Nigeria. Taraba State. Benue, the food basket, the best land for cultivation in the whole of Nigeria. I think including Kwara as well. Nasarawa. What is their interest and who are these people? Now, let us ask him. Mr. Gana, tell us, who are these people?
They say they brought people that can choose to sponsor this state or this state or this state. So
you hear some things, you just shake your head. People just come together, say, okay, I want you to sponsor the taking over of Taraba, and someone will bring out money to sponsor for just go and import a people. Let them come and kill Nigerians, foreigners, import them, come in, kill them, take their land, displace them, put them in IDPs.
The one that called me choose to sponsor at Taraba.
The one that spoke to him chose to sponsor Taraba State.
Capture Taraba State. Then when I go to finalize the connection that they will give me before the fight will start, I tell them that they should give me 1 billion. Those people say that the money is too much. They started to bargain the money with me. They give me 50 million. And I say 50 million is too small. They should give me at least 750 million so that the Taraba State have a Dabarak, have many security inside. So they should give me the money so that with the security we can make understand with them and know how the fight will go on. So those people say that the price is too much. Then give me 350 million. Then me, I refuse to fight on 350 million. Then
Did you collect the money?
no, when I refused, they didn't give me because the money that they said they will give me 350 million was too small.
You see that? He refused 250 million. Now, there is something that many of you might not have noticed that just happened with this video. This is a version, because I intentionally played this, for us to see this is a version trending online. I believe this version I just played to us now was doctored and edited by the Nigerian government. Here he's talking, because one thing they want to do here is, this is my field, I know it. They cleverly edited this version. He says they wanted him to do this job, to go kill people. He asked them for 1 billion. They asked. All you hear here is they, me, they. But that's not the real deal. That's not the real deal. Now, here is the real deal. Let me quickly find on this one. I will do an exception here. I will have to go to Channels TV to bring out the real video interview that Channels TV granted. Because this one, for those of you on WhatsApp, this is about 1.1 minute plus. This, I didn't know, I didn't pay attention to this until day before yesterday, when suddenly those that I knew their manner of thinking on WhatsApp in some groups, when they started sharing it, I thought, hold on, why would they be sharing something like this? And when I played it, I thought to myself, now what for this government? So government will go to the extent of doctoring an interview in order to drive a pattern of narrative. And what is that narrative? Granted, Gana is a criminal. But there is an element, there is a caveat in his criminality. Why do you work so hard to remove that version from the public domain? Why do you want to remove that version from the public domain? Let me quickly, my system is becoming slow, but let me see quickly if I can find it from my mobile device. Hold on, people. Because honestly, if when we look at things happening in Nigeria, sometimes it can just get you worked up, because you can just ask yourself, why is government? Because again, my job here is just basically to say it as it is, because the government is not being fair. Okay, here, let me. I think I find it. I found it here. Let me just quickly pull it up. Please be patient with me. Just give me a couple of seconds. Let this thing load up. Then I promise you, I'll play it. I won't take calls. I just play this, analyze the content, because what I want him to say is to tell me who are those behind it. Now, in content analysis here, I want you to use your tongue to count your teeth. He will say those behind it. The moment he said those behind it, and you will see the version I played you, please pay attention, and we'll see how the government doctored the version I played. I am going to channels, so before anybody accuses me of adding or subtracting, let me go to the original interview. The moment this page loads up, I will show you where it was done 4 years ago, and I will go to that page. You will see it. 4 years ago, this interview was done. And if you do not believe that those he will call that are doing this are the ones that sent him, then you do not obviously believe you can basically buy whatever the government tells you. The government can be gullible to you, but not to me. I mean, I'm really wide awake. I see them, I see what they're about, and I see what they do. Because this is evil. This is evil personified. This is evil. Okay? So let me quickly come back here and see if I can okay. Okay. So this is my page, right? This is my okay, see here. It says I did not kill Dene Igbane, aka Gana. Now, when you look at this, that's as I played at the beginning, when the governor accused him of killing the commissioner, he granted this interview that he didn't kill that commissioner as part of a way to clear his name. Okay? But I want us to pay attention here. He says 10th of August 2016. So I don't know why this is taking so much time. Okay.
Did you kill Dene?
Okay, let me pause that so that it reloads properly. Okay. So people, this is it. This is the end of my presentation, and I want us to pay serious attention here. Please, I beg of you, let us all pay serious attention here. This is the last leg of my presentation to you this evening, and I need your attention. I need your attention. Every, that happens in Nigeria. And again, for some of you who don't know, question that we should be asking ourselves right from this evening is, and should be, why did the Nigerian government have to doctor the video and started spreading it since this guy was killed? They started pushing this particular narrative that had no mention of those that he worked with, that had no mention of it, other things that just because he has been killed. Quickly, they want to make it look like, oh, this is the reason why we killed him. But this evening, I'm going to show us the real reason why he was killed. He has already told us that they are working on taking Plateau State, Taraba State, Benue State, and Nasarawa State. And again, like I said before, what does these states have in common? These states all are middle belt states. And if they are middle belt states, part of Southern Kaduna is considered to be part of middle belt. Again, what is the middle belt? Middle belt, these are people last week that have actually said they are no longer part of the Northern Arewa Consultative Forum. That they have broken out now and that they have their own.
They say they block people that they can choose to sponsor.
So now we have heard part of this, but please, this is
this state or this state.
Now let's pay attention.
State. So the one that call me choose to sponsor at the Taraba, we should capture Taraba State. Then when I go to finalize the connection we give for the fight we start, I tell them that they should give me 1 billion. Those people say that the money is too much. They started to bargain the money with me. They give me 50 million, and I say 50 million is too small. They should give me at least 750 million, so that the Taraba State have a Dabarak, have many security inside. So they should give me the money so that with the security we can stand with them and know how they go on. So those people say that the price is too much. Then give me 350 million. Then me, I refuse to fight on 350 million. Then
did you collect the money?
No. When I refused, they didn't give me, because the money that they said they will give me 350 million was too small to fight against the Taraba State.
This was at the inception of the
that
administration led by Governor Samuel
part
Otom
of the money that he was
to
promised
provide for
was
themselves legally.
too small.
Something in Benue they will know when I go out of the state, and they didn't do anything. Those little something that they said that they will provide to boys to learn, they didn't do anything.
As of now, we are not doing anything. We are just roaming heads and
So,
cresta to look for food, because government has already disarmed us, and we will even denounce that we cannot go back to crime. So we don't have anything doing, but we are just praying to God. Maybe one day government will do something about the amnesty, and the life is more than money. So, but we don't have anything to do. It doesn't mean
and
we
these
can go
are
back
these
to
are
the crime,
people.
but we are still
Remember,
urging government, because many of us,
this
many of
conversation
our
started
members go
since.
back to where they are at before.
Sorry, these conversations started way in 2016 when government was wooing them, and you can see his men are still saying the same thing, that they don't want to go back to the life of crime, that they want to be able to live a proper life. Hence, them agreeing to come out from, stop crime and get into what they are doing. Question there. No, question one someone would then ask is, why was he killed? And who killed him? There were people who obviously did not want him alive. And who were these people? Why is it that certain people doesn't want peace in Taraba State, in Benue State? Why did they have to go doctor the video, remove where he was? He actually said in the original video that he was sent on a training. Let me see if I can get back to that. That he was sent on a training to Cameroon and Niger. Now, who occupies Niger? Who occupies Cameroon? How come on those places he went on a training? On the video that the federal government is now doctoring, no one is no longer mentioning those areas. What is actually happening, people? It's very obvious that certain people, you know them, are interested in capturing Taraba State. And these same people interested in capturing Plateau, Benue State, and those same people interested in capturing Benue State. They control the Nigerian army, they control the Nigerian police, they control the Nigerian immigration services, they control the customs. They are the ones, in his own words, that took him to Niger, that took him to Cameroon. At the end of the day, they are the ones that control the army, and they are the ones that stopped him on his way to Makurdi to accept amnesty. And he was killed. Are you still in doubt? While I do not condone criminality, I, however, condemn the selective judgment. If we must lure people out to kill them, let us lure Boko Haram out. Let us also deal with them. However we deal with issues in the Middle Belt, we should the same way deal with issues elsewhere. The same treatment we give to IPOB, a people that are non-violent. You just proscribe them. You just want to take them off. You see them gather during exercise, as the case of Enugu. You walk in there. What happens to the mode of dispersing crowd? What happens to water tanks and rubber bullets? What happens? I mean, it's a question of saying, treat me like human. What happens to that? Why are we not seeing these injustices? He was paid, he said it himself, he demanded 1 billion to help them capture Taraba, Benue, Nasarawa, and Plateau. But they paid him 350 and he rejected it. He told them 750 million last. In order not to continue in that trajectory, the governor got involved. And here we are, people. Here we are. On that note, I've clocked my 1 hour. Sadly, we have a system and we have a nation that is not fit for purpose. Something must be done sooner than later. On that note, I will say thank you very much for joining me this night. I remain Mazezoke. Good night.